Morning, Jerry. Nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Nice to meet you, Mayor. Yes, yeah. Obviously, we're all in difficult times, but I'm getting quite used to these Zoom calls nowadays. At first, it felt like just the weirdest thing in the world, but now it's just the norm. So,
Isn't
yeah,
it?
all good. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm fine. Exactly the same. This time last year, if someone had told me I'd spend 8 hours a day sitting in my own front room talking to people on a screen, I'd have thought they'd lost it really. But
I know.
But
Difficult
one of
times.
the reasons I was so keen to talk with you is for clubs at the level that Bath City's at, this has been probably the most bizarre stop-start experience anyone could ever even have vaguely imagined. What's it really been like for you and the team and everyone else connected with the club?
Yes, actually, at our level, as you well know, the non-league level, because we're part-time, the biggest challenges for us me as a manager and us as a team probably is team cohesion. And I guess a lot of companies, a lot of businesses, a lot of people, even yourself, would find that really difficult at the moment because we're not getting to see people.
Sure.
We're not getting to experience. We normally do pre-season a 3-day camp up at the Bath Uni, which is, we all know, is a fantastic facility in the city. And because we're part-time, it gives me an opportunity to get everyone together for 3 days. We all stay in the student accommodation, which is challenging in itself.
I remember when I was there, we had a guy who was a striker who was 6'7" and ended up in a bed with his head was out one end and his feet were out the other and wasn't particularly happy about it.
No, that's it. Yeah, so that we don't realise. We realise now how important those little exercises are and those 3-day camps are. So, as you know, we probably go for team meals, players, staff. I make sure the directors go. If you sign someone new, that's important because they get to know everyone in the football club. It's not just about me, the playing staff. It's about, we spoke about Paul Williams, it's about Andrew, it's about everyone at the football club, all the directors, getting to know individuals. And I'm big on personalities. So whenever I sign a player, I sign the character before I sign the player. Of course, he has to be to a standard.
Yeah.
I meet them for a coffee. I get to know them. I get to see why they want to play for Bath City Football Club, what they know about Bath City Football Club. Yeah. And I guess that's been the biggest challenge, that we're missing that stuff that really binds that team together.
Yeah. And you've put it really well, because as you say, with part-time players as well, they've also presumably got all very different challenges about maybe home working, maybe a bit on furlough, maybe they've got kids at home trying to do homeschooling. You know, the whole thing is very disparate and everyone is so separate. And, you know, the key to Bath City in my head always was the word team rather than individuals. And how can you build a team together when you're not really interacting?
Absolutely. And we've had some minimal success over the last couple of seasons. I mean, I've been in post now 3 years and we've been in the playoffs for the last 2 seasons. Yeah. This season has been a struggle in regard of results and performances because of that. So you know, when I came in, I introduced the Bath City way, which I brought from a lot of clubs I've played for and coached and managed at. And we all live and breathe off that. It's okay, you see it up and down the country, people will talk about away, but unless you live it and breathe it, there's no good having it up on the walls. No. And a small thing like, in our dressing rooms, I'll put some branding. It's the same dressing rooms as when you were there, as you know. We've put some branding up in the dressing rooms, and I've put the Bath City way up on the wall. Well, some of the new players actually hasn't seen it because under the COVID protocols, we're changing in the TR.
Upstairs, aren't you? You're upstairs, aren't you?
And all the teams who come to Twerton are changing downstairs. So that in itself, a match day experience, which Twerton, as you know, going up the steps and walking onto the pitch is such a great visual for a player.
Touch that wall, do that.
Exactly, like Anfield. This is Anfield, you're touching the Twerton, the Bath City badge. We haven't experienced that this season, so that's felt alien as well. So there's lots of things. I have to say, the football club, as usual, around COVID protocol, been superb, meticulous. As best we can, we've been trying to keep it a safe environment, but it is a game of football. Yeah. Unfortunately, to date, we've had, I think it's 7 positive cases of COVID, but thankfully everyone's well. They've all come through it.
Good.
But we've had to self-isolate. We've all had to go off and be tested several times. Yeah. As you perfectly put it, it's been very much stop-start, and that's been very difficult for us as a football club to trade properly and also to play football properly.
And the planning, I mean, you know, from the playing side, from the management side, from, as you say, the directors, the finance side, the everything. How, you know, it's been incredible. You know, my heart goes out to you all. What about the fans? How are you feeling for them?
I desperately miss them. That's the biggest thing I could possibly say. I mean, I love interaction with fans, as you know. I'm quite active on social media with them. I hold a lot of meet the manager meetings over Zoom nowadays rather than face to face. which we're gonna do one actually in the coming weeks. So look out for that one.
Okay, we'll publicise it if you'd like us to when it's up there, because lots of people are interested. And maybe, this is going to sound such a silly thing to say, because I don't mean the pandemic's been a good thing, because it obviously hasn't. But there might be a way of reaching out to people who currently haven't actually been to Twerton Park, but might turn up to a Zoom meeting and then think, actually, when they're back, I'll come.
Absolutely.
You never know.
We'd welcome that. I always said there's no hidden agendas at Bath City Football Club. I'm an open book. I'll talk to them about tactics. I'll talk to them about team selection. I love talking about how the week looks and planning the week. We're meticulous in our preparations. We're now on a 2-week break, ironically, because of the National League South and the National League North are suspended. So I've now had to plan a 2-week training schedule with no games, which again is difficult. How do the players deal with that mentally now? You know, we've come back, we've got a good result against Havant in our last game.
Brilliant result against Havant. Yeah.
And now we're knocked off again. Okay, we trained Saturday, but as you know, it's not the same as playing a game. No. We'll train again this evening, again Thursday. I'm busily trying to arrange a friendly, but not many teams want to travel during COVID. So there's loads of challenges, but I'm full of energy. I enjoy it. I love my football club. I played for it many moons ago, back in the early 90s. And to manage Bath City Football Club is an honour. And even though it's a challenging time, I embrace it. And I'm quite a positive person in life anyway. And I think it's important that I lead the ship in the right way, and I try and do that. So tonight at training, it'll be full of energy, it'll be planned, it'll be prepped, and hopefully the boys will get some enjoyment from it.
Yeah, and good on you, because I mean, I think one of the ways of looking at it is that right now, actually, there's more of a need for leadership than there is in a normal year, normal season, normal whatever it is. Because if you're going around going, oh, woe is me, because, you know, all the stuff I've read from the National League, they're saying it's a 2-week break. Who knows? Who knows? Exactly. It's really difficult, isn't it? And, you know, no one's got that crystal ball. So all you can do is control the things that you actually can control and do the best you can with those.
Absolutely. I mean, it's easy for me to sit here. When we were prepared last Friday to go to Braintree to play the game, it was that late, literally. So we trained on the Thursday. I'd done all the prep. We'd done the video analysis. And we were ready to go. Suddenly, Friday afternoon, a decision's made by the good old National League to say, so unfortunately, you're not going to go anymore. All games suspended. I could easily say, do you know what? Okay, that's it now. This is the third time we've had a break. Let's down tools. Go off, lads. Just, you know, we won't see you for another 2 weeks. But that's not in our nature. We have to prepare the boys, both physically and mentally, to come back a week on Saturday against Ebbsfleet at Twerton Park. That's our aim. I can't, like you said, I can't control what the league are going to decide. I can't control the DCMS, the FA, the National League's decision. I know they're busily having meetings now. We must have an announcement before Friday. I believe that we must. Yeah. And realistically, in 2 weeks, what's really going to change? I'm not so sure. I know our local MPs are busy. Yeah. Vera's very busy in lobbying, but I still think the Premier League has a big part to play in this. Yeah. Cash rich at the top end. Yeah. They don't look at us. Do they forget about us? Probably at National League South, North level. But we've got a big part to play in the structure of football, as you know, the pyramid system. So without us, football at the top end doesn't really survive without us at the bottom end. Yeah, and
I think increasingly the bubble of Premiership, where they can pay some of those wages, buy whoever they want from abroad, not look to homegrown players, it is coming to an end. I can't see how that can survive even without this pandemic. I think sooner or later that's going to burst, and it's going to be international, not just national. And then people such as yourselves are going to be phenomenally important for a whole heap of, I mean, why I think Bath City is so valued, it's not just you and the team, to be honest, it's the impact you have on the community. It's the fact there's the foundation. It's the fact that, you know, you can give blood at Twerton Park, not just on the pitch. You know, you can do all that stuff. You're a fundamental part of community cohesion, and people forget that, I think, at their peril.
Yeah, that's the biggest miss of the football club. I've got to be honest. You go there, it's very ghostly now, even on match day now.
Must be.
Well, you can imagine we always said Tuesday night at Twerton Park under lights, what a fantastic atmosphere and feeling. Well, actually, it's the opposite end now. It's eerie. There's no one really there, so that feels peculiar. But you know, as you know, we utilise, you know, we buyanycar.com, use the car park and the office space. We have CrossFit that use now downstairs, and they're not acting and working at the moment. And just on a match day, when you turn up, the vibrancy, the spirit amongst the fans, and I like the car park bit in the beginning when they're waiting to go through the turnstiles. They're there's really a buzz. Me and Jim often look out the door by my office and go, oh yeah, there's a good crowd in.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we've averaging now over 1,100 at Twerton Park. That's a 56% increase on 2 years ago. So we're doing some fantastic stuff at the football club, on and off the pitch. I'm not just saying this is on, I'm talking about off the community. I work for the foundation and ambassadorial role as well. And I started up a project some years ago, a Dream Big project, where I went into Twerton and delivered to some young children and parents within the community, football sessions purely after school. So there's a lot of really good work going on in the football club, and it's important. It's so important the football club stays. It's not. We can't get to a point where the football club's in any risk and any doubt, and that's political, and that's other bits there about the redevelopment. We know, but from where we are now, it's important this season tries to get back on track.
Yeah. I think that's all anyone can do, is just focus on what's going to happen. You know, my mum always used to say, control your controllables, and it used to drive me nuts, but she's right. At the moment, there's so much that we've all got that's out of our control. Look, we could chat all day. I know you couldn't because you've got to prepare for your training tonight.
I'm okay.
Is there anything that us as a community can do to support you under the current circumstances?
Well, it's really difficult because everything's, as I said, everything's from home. All I'd say is for the supporters, I mean, my message goes to them really, and to anyone new in the city who probably hasn't been to Twerton Park and seen Bath City Football Club. It really is a good day out. It's not just the game of football. You can go and have a lovely beer in the bars at the bottom as well, and you come and sit, and you get to interact. My dad, I had a long playing career from non-league right the way through to the top level. My dad always enjoyed watching me at Bath City Football Club or Yeovil in the non-league scene, because he got to speak to the stewards, speak to the groundsman, speak to the manager on the side as I come out. And honestly, anyone who turns up at Twerton Park, if they want to stand over the wall and have a chat with me, we're really open. We really love to see as many people as we can there, as and when. But in the meantime, there is the streams you can watch. I know everyone's getting a bit fed up of the streams, but it is a way of watching the games. And just a big thank you to our fans for their continued support all over this time, because I know that they're in the background. The boys know they're there in the background, and we're doing all we possibly can to give them some joy and a little bit of excitement in their life while they're sat at home in their armchairs, which I know is ever so difficult. And I just hope that everyone keeps safe and well, and we get through this as quick as we possibly can. Brilliant.
And one of the honours I have being mayor currently is I'm allowed to use the phrase on behalf of the City of Bath. So on behalf of the City of Bath, thank you. I mean, thank you for your positivity. You know, I'm sure in terms of physical and mental health, it's been really difficult for everyone connected with the club. And the fact that you're there and you're preparing, and, you know, I wouldn't like to be Ebbsfleet coming a week on Saturday if that's what happened. Thank you, Jerry. And thank you for your time this morning. It's really appreciated.
No, I'm really, really happy that I've been able to speak to you and meet you at last as well. And thanks for having us on. And hope to catch up in person soon.
When we do, I shall tell you the story of when Sean Canham came to the Mayor's Parlour a while ago. Okay. But that's not one for being recorded.
Oh, okay, no problem. Nice to meet you. Thank you ever so much.
Cheers, Jerry.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.